When you think of the scariest slap shot ever in hockey history, most people picture players like MacInnis or Zdeno Chara. But there's one name that strikes fear into the hearts of those who faced it. A player whose devastating accuracy made goalies pray they wouldn't have to face him. Steve Shutt possessed what many consider the most terrifying slap shot the NHL has ever seen. And today we're diving deep into why this unsung legend deserves to be remembered as one of the most feared players in hockey history. Steve Shutt's journey to NHL stardom began in Toronto, where he played for the Marlboros in junior hockey. His offensive numbers were absolutely explosive. In the 1970-71 season, he scored 70 goals and 53 assists for 123 points. The following year, he kept up this pace with 63 goals and 49 assists for 112 points. These were elite-level production numbers that caught the attention of NHL scouts everywhere. The Montreal Canadiens selected him 4th overall in the 1972 NHL amateur draft. Shutt made his NHL debut in the 1972-73 season, appearing in 50 games and scoring 8 goals and 8 assists for 16 points. Even though his role was limited, he earned his first Stanley Cup championship that year. Over the next few seasons, Shutt's offensive output grew steadily. By the 1974-75 season, he had reached 30 goals and 35 assists for 65 points. This growth showed he was ready for bigger things through his partnership with two legendary players. What made Shutt truly special wasn't just his goal-scoring ability, but how he developed his unique skills. Shutt explained how he got so good at scoring in traffic. He said they always had about 15 kids on the ice when he was growing up, so there wasn't a lot of room. Because of this, you had to be really quick with your hands. This crowded environment created the foundation for his signature skill. His ability to score what people called garbage goals wasn't luck. It was a carefully developed talent from years of playing in tight spaces. Former teammate Serge Savard confirmed this, saying Shutt's ability to score from around the net didn't come by luck. Instead, it was his unbelievable timing and specialized skill for being in the right place to pounce on rebounds and loose pucks. Shutt had remarkable awareness and was always in the right position. Despite being relatively small and not having the fastest skating ability, he consistently found dead areas of coverage, either by guessing where the puck would be or by arriving slightly late, which helped him avoid defenders' attention. His hand-eye coordination was exceptional, allowing him to turn loose pucks into goals and even bat airborne pucks into the net. But here's where most people get Steve Shutt completely wrong. While everyone focused on his garbage goals, they missed his other weapon that made him truly dangerous. Shutt also had one of the most feared slap shots in the entire league. Opposing goalies had nothing but respect and fear for this shot. New York Islanders goalie Billy Smith called Shutt's slap shot unbelievable and scary because of its unusual level of accuracy. What made the shot special was that Shutt could release it while in full stride, often beating goalies cleanly from 1 or 2 steps inside the offensive zone. The precision was so impressive that the Canadiens trusted him as the point man on their power play, a role typically saved for defensemen. His ability to force defenses to respect his shot from far away was the perfect complement to his close-range net game. Defenders were constantly forced to guess which weapon he would use. The peak of Shutt's career came when he joined the legendary Dynasty line alongside Guy Lafleur and Jacques Lemaire. This wasn't just 3 good players thrown together. It was a perfect symphony of specialized roles that created magic on the ice. Guy Lafleur was the dazzling, explosive superstar known for his end-to-end rushes and creative playmaking. His talent was so huge that he led the NHL in points for 3 straight seasons and won multiple Art Ross and Hart trophies. Jacques Lemaire was the intelligent two-way center who provided clutch, defensively responsible play and was a master at setting up scoring chances. He was a player who came through when the pressure was highest. Shutt was the lethal finisher and premier sniper, a player who perfectly complemented the brilliance of his linemates. The genius of this line was how they worked together. Lafleur's dynamic speed and creativity drew defenders to him, which created dead areas of coverage that Shutt was a master at exploiting. Lemaire's hockey sense and playmaking ensured a steady flow of pucks to both Lafleur and Shutt, while his defensive reliability meant the line stayed effective in all areas. Their combined styles created constant chaos for opposing defenses, allowing each player to maximize their individual strengths. The 1976-77 season stands as the absolute peak of Steve Shutt's career and a landmark year in NHL history. The Montreal Canadiens set a league record for most points with 132, along with team records for fewest losses with just 8 and best goal differential at plus 216. In this incredible season, Shutt's individual brilliance shone brightest. He led the entire league with a career-high 60 goals, becoming the first left winger in NHL history to reach this milestone. His record for goals scored by a left winger in a single season stood for over 15 years, only being passed by Luc Robitaille and Alex Ovechkin much later. Even more impressive, Shutt's record of 52 even-strength goals from that season remains the most ever scored by a left winger in a single campaign. In addition to his 60 goals, Shutt recorded 45 assists, reaching 105 points for the only time in his career and finishing third overall in league scoring. His next closest goal total was the 49 he scored the following season, proving this was truly a special year. This exceptional season came from a big increase in shot volume and an incredibly high shooting percentage. Shutt attempted 292 shots on goal, a major jump from his next highest total of 243. He scored on an exceptional 20.5% of his shots. This peak was the result of a perfect storm. Despite having a career that includes 5 Stanley Cups, a 60-goal season, and a place in the Hockey Hall of Fame, Steve Shutt is still called an unsung star. The reasons reflect the unique situation of the Montreal Canadiens dynasty. The biggest factor is being directly compared to Guy Lafleur. While Shutt led the league in goals in 1976-77, one fan noted that Shutt was doubly hurt because he was in an organization with so many top talents that he gets lost, and people point to that top talent as reasons for his stats. The collective genius of the dynasty often leads to oversimplifying individual contributions, giving credit for Shutt's success only to his line mates rather than his unique skill set. Another important factor is the extremely high standard for legacy within the Canadiens organization. As a franchise with the most retired jerseys in the league, the bar for getting your number in the rafters is incredibly high. The Canadiens team could fill 2 halls of fame with deserving players. Shutt shares this situation with other legends, such as his line mate Jacques Lemaire, whose number also remains unretired. There may also be a cultural element to playing for the Canadiens. As a Toronto native, Shutt may have been affected by an implicit bias towards celebrating players with deeper provincial roots to the team and its fan base. After retiring from the NHL in 1985, Steve Shutt started a varied post-playing career that shows his continued dedication to the sport. He moved into media as a television hockey commentator and later returned to the Canadiens organization as an assistant coach from 1993 to 1997. However, one of the most interesting aspects of his life after hockey is his unique second career. Shutt joined Simcoe Refrigeration, a company that designs and builds refrigeration systems for ice rinks across North America. He perfectly captured this shift with the observation that he spent one career on the ice and his next career under the ice. Beyond his professional work, Shutt has remained active in the hockey community. He participates in Old Timers Hockey Challenge tours across Canada and the U.S. to raise money for charitable causes. Perhaps the most surprising detail of his life is his connection to music history. As a middle school classmate of Geddy Lee in North York, Ontario, Shutt claims to have introduced the legendary Rush bassist to Alex Lifeson, an encounter that set the stage for one of the most influential rock bands of all time. Steve Shutt's career proves that greatness isn't always measured by flash and celebrity, but by intelligence, precision, and consistent, valuable contributions. He was a Hall of Famer for a reason, not because of luck, but because of a unique and specialized skill set that perfectly complemented his Hall of Fame line mates. His mastery of garbage goals was not a fluke, but a developed art form, a reflection of his amazing positional awareness and lightning-fast hands. His slap shot was a terrifying weapon that commanded the respect of rival goaltenders. Ultimately, Shutt's legacy is a crucial chapter in hockey history that deserves to be elevated. While he may have been the unsung star in a galaxy of legends, his story is a powerful reminder that the most essential pieces of a dynasty are not always the most visible. He was a different kind of player, but one who was just as lethal, and his invaluable role as the architect of the dynasty line's incredible scoring cemented his place among the game's immortal greats.